Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, anywhere you are watching WYTV. You're welcome to another edition of News Review where we talk about the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. My name is Ahmed Abbas or Latunji, but you can call me Sidon J. And in the studio today, I'm
Ambassador Rochi Morilua, son of the prophetess, the man where is Wike.
The sponsor for this show is still Nokpa Abbas, and you can as well be one of our sponsors by calling the number you're seeing on the screen, or you can send us a DM and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Today, I'll be starting with Punch newspaper. Presidency alleges political agenda as protest it states. CBN raises interest rate to 22.75%. 31 die in Mali as bus plunges off bridge. Tinubu to visit Akeredolu's family, Fasoranti in Ondo. Then on Vanguard newspaper, NLC gives 17-point demand to Tinubu suspend protest. Report of coup scare fake act of disinformation, federal government. Troops reject 1.5 million naira bribe from alleged cattle rustlers in Plateau State. Tinubu hails Tunji Ojo reforms as Interior Minister. Then on Daily Post newspaper, job loss fear looms as Tinubu orders implementation. Resist attempts to frustrate government, AGF. Fagbemi tells judges and NAMS. Man kills father, removes eye for suspected Yahoo plus in Umaya. Tension as Enugu College of Education sacks 95 workers. These are the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we're back, we talk more on some of the headlines. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. The family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, the family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break, and that's our sponsor, Nokpa Abbas. The first headline we want to look at today is about this man that kills father, removes eye for suspected Yahoo plus in Umaya.
Well, what do I need to say to this? If you could look at the present condition of the country, though that may not prompt this guy to go into that act, though it's such a barbaric act that is uncalled for. You know, based on there's no job in the country. Most of our youth now are idle, but the fact still remains is that if some of our youth could come together and let's see what they can do by themselves, at least to even promote the country by themselves instead of we waiting for the federal government of providing job for us. You know, right from the time of Muhammadu Buhari, he has said it all that don't expect job from the federal government. At least let us see what we can do at least to provide for ourselves.
Well, a 27-year-old man, Chinalu Ogbonna, has been apprehended in Umaya, Abia State by the police for killing his father. Chinalu, who is suspected to be engaging in Yahoo plus, was said to have strangled his 57-year-old father, Maduka Ogbonna, at their residence at Umuize Road, Umaya, before removing his father's left eye with the intention of using it for money ritual. Confirming the ugly development to journalists, the spokesperson of the Abia State Police Command, ASP Maureen Chinaka, said the murder case involving Maduka Ogbonna, a 57-year-old male allegedly killed by his son, was reported to the Central Police Station, CPS, on Monday at about 8 o'clock in the evening. According to Chinaka, detectives from CPS Umaya visited the crime scene and found the deceased lifeless body with his left eye gouged out. The suspect, Chinalu Ogbonna, A 27-year-old male residing with his father at Umweze Road, opposite Junior Girls Secondary School, Amuzuku Ibeku, has been apprehended. Now, for someone to be so bold,
Heartless, which is removes his father.
That is an issue, because I don't know, if it was a stranger, we'll see like, okay, maybe the stranger will be...
If the person happens to be a stranger, Nigeria is a country where I see that human part is we don't value human being.
It's more useless than
the animals have. For instance, now some of the ritualists that were being apprehended last week, they said they sold a head of a human part for 10,000 naira. Imagine. How much is the head of a cow?
Imagine. Well, we blame this on the current situation in Nigeria too, because too many things is coming up. Even they said this is just the beginning, because even the president made it known that this is the baby step of the hardship we are facing currently in Nigeria. So I think we should be expecting more if the security of this country keep getting worse. I think cases like this will not stop occurring. Well, investigations reveal that he strangled his father to death and intended to use his left eye for money rituals. The corpse has been deposited at the morgue for autopsy, and exhibits have been recovered. The police PPR added that the case is currently under investigation and will be charged to court. Daily Post recalls that a man, Marcel Ude, from Umuneuchi local government area over the weekend, killed his son for allegedly eating the last portion of food inside his family's kitchen without his permission. I said it that most cases like this will come up.
This is because of the current situation in the country. Look at a man that killed his son, not because he ate the last food in the house.
Exactly.
Who is supposed to eat the last food in the house?
Is it not the
children?
That's the level of hardship. Like people, maybe the man has already known that this food, you guys will take it in the afternoon. Or the next day, and they went on to eat it.
You see, I want to urge the federal government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You see, when you are taking a decision, look at the consequence of the decision. You must first think about it first, and before you take a step. The president says he's not about to make mistake, though he's a human being that can make mistake at any time. The first subsidy removal that is gone, it wasn't a mistake, but the thing to cushion the effect of the first subsidy removal, that was a palliative you introduced, was a big mistake. And now, if it is going on like this, what would happen what would happen in future? If you are going to do each, if you are really thinking about the masses, please open border for food to come in. When the food comes inside, at least it will still cushion the effect of the anger that is at the surface of the country.
Well, Ude also been apprehended by the police, and the case has been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department, SCID, for discreet investigation. Well, let's move on to the next headline here. NLC gives 17-point demand to Tinubu suspend protest. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, yesterday made a 17-point demand to President Bola Tinubu to assuage the poverty, hunger, and mass suffering inflicted on the citizens by the policies of the federal government. This is even as Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State participated in the protest in Ibadan, the state capital, saying there are hunger and anger in the land. However, leaders of NLC yesterday suspended a 2-day nationwide protest after the first day, which was yesterday, saying its suspension was based on the fact that the street action achieved overwhelming success. In a communique at the end of its National Executive Council (NEC) meeting yesterday in Abuja, President of the NLC, Joe Ajaero, and Acting General Secretary Ismail Bello said the NEC in session therefore reviewed the execution of the first day of the nationwide protest to assess its effectiveness and take decision on further necessary action to guide Congress in the effort at engaging government to protect the people and Nigerian workers from the increasing scourge of hardship.
I like what the federal government did yesterday by sending policemen to protect the protester, because there was a warning that was sent to them that they should not go on the protest. I thought they would even send the policemen to go and attack the protesters, because it could have been worse than what we are seeing. It could have been worse. Okay, it could have been worse. Sorry to have used that language. You see, for the NLC to come out, I believe they really feel the pains that the Nigerians are going through. Okay, now there is hike in all commodities, in all price of foods. There is hike in that, and the salary is not increasing.
That's the problem.
So how do the person, what was the minimum wage that we are having now presently was 30,000 naira. What is going to be, what is going to be left out for somebody who is earning 30,000 naira at the end of the month? Think about the cost of transportation, the cost of feeding. At the end of the day, nothing is left. Even the person will even go to the extent of borrowing money before the end of the month.
I really want to know something. Maybe the government officials, like people that work under the House of Assembly, House of Assembly member and House of Rep, are they under NLC or they are just on their own? Because we are talking about, the presidency was talking about them cutting their salary 50% of their salary and using it on some other things in Nigeria, and whereby we see the Deputy Speaker Kalu coming out to say, cutting the salary will not do anything, because even their salary does not worth the work they are doing.
How much is their take home or take away home compared to what teachers are taking, compared to what lecturers are taking? The lecturer that lectured them to that point that makes them to become somebody in the surface of the country, on the country today. And what is the take home of the lecturer? Automatically, when you look at that person, you know that person has nothing to do in that place than his own selfish interest. Now, let them come out, let the federal government come out with an idea that any senator, that their salary starts from 1 million naira. House of Rep 800,000 naira. Then the president maybe 2.5 million naira. You see those seats that will be vacant. Nobody will want to go there.
Everybody wants to talk to a teacher or a doctor.
It's because of what this set of people are making there. That is why you see them doing election malpractices, sending thugs to go and disrupt an election, or we're killing themselves because of that post.
Well, let's move on to the last headline of today. Troops reject 1.5 million naira bribe from alleged cattle rustler in Plateau State. Troops of Operation Save Avon OPSH, a military special task force maintaining peace in Plateau and parts of Bauchi and Kaduna State, have rejected a 1.5 million naira bribe from suspected cattle rustlers in Plateau State. Captain James Oya, media officer of the operation, disclosed this in a statement made available to the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, yesterday in Jos. Oya said the troops attached to his Sector 4 also arrested the two suspect rustlers who offered them bribes. I think this is one of the things that we are expecting in Nigerian security agencies.
I told you, like I just said, that as we have the good ones in the force, likewise we have the bad eggs.
Yeah.
Now, if this one happened within the midst of the Nigerian army, in fact, I'm sending my congratulations message to those that in question that reject taking that bribe from those set of people. So I believe Nigerian army should encourage them to do more, because there are many other people there that fought for this country, that laid their life on to make sure there is peace in the surface of the country. At the end of the day, this set of people were not being honored. For instance, now those army in question, what is their salary? What is their take away home? For instance, you remember a video that went viral, that an army official came out after 9 months in the Sambisa forest. He wanted to go and visit his family. On getting to the park, he later discovered that the price of the transportation was around 35,000 naira.
Why is getting 50,000?
50,000 naira per month. He had to go back to the forest. So I believe the Nigerian Army Authority should also encourage the younger ones, because the younger ones are the ones that they were using.
Most
of the general, most of the major general, most of the colonel, they don't go to war.
That's true.
They only set those with 1 star with 3 ranks. Those sergeants. They only set them to the one front, while they are sit back at the office.
Well, he later explained that the 8 personnel who rejected the bribe were not only commended, but rewarded by the commander of the operation, Major General Abdusalam Abubakar. So at least if we have soldiers like this that are that loyal and they are good citizens of Nigeria, trying to lead by example
yes,
to other security agencies we have in Nigeria. Most especially, we need people like this in the police force, not only in the army.
Likewise in the police force.
Yes.
We have the good ones in the police force. Likewise, we have the bad ones.
We need to see them showing more of their loyalty. Yes. This is where we are going to be ending it on the show today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, at Wisdom Yard Online TV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatoji, but you can call me Sidonji. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for joining us on the show today. We'll see you again tomorrow on this show. Be good and be hardworking. Bye for now.